The Pokemon World Championships ended today, and like years past, we've been blessed with some new reveals for the current Pokemon titles. Pokemon Unite is getting Blaziken, Mimikyu, and the ultra sassy Meowscarada. The Pokemon trading card game is getting Paradox Pokemon, but what you're all really clicking on this video for is of course the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, which got a brand new trailer that reveals every single starter Pokemon that wasn't already in the games are making their glorious return, and they look so freaking cute, and almost makes me wish we were getting another Pokepark type game. But of course that wasn't the biggest reveal of this trailer, as towards the end we get this mysterious teaser at a completely new Pokemon type. But this isn't like your usual Pokemon types, and seems to only be possible through terastallization, with the teaser here specifically being tied to Terrapagos. However, on the Pokemon site, we can clearly see that every Pokemon will seemingly be able to access this Rainbow type. That's not the official name of it, I just call it Rainbow because, you know, it's got the whole prism of colors there. How do the weaknesses and strengths work exactly? Well, we don't know for certain yet, but I definitely have a few theories. The trailer seems to cycle through every single Terra type symbol before the big reveal of this new one, which to me seems to be implying you'll have every type at once. I mean, that's the whole thing with Terrapagos too. You see every single type symbol on the back of its shell. This new Rainbow Terra type could be similar to the ability Omni-type from Pokemon Insurgence, where it basically makes the Pokemon act as if it was every single type at once, which sounds a lot more complicated than you'd think, and basically boils down to only being weak to Rock type. Now, the screenshot showing it off on Baxcalibur here says effective, not super effective or not very effective against Dragonite, which has led some people to theorize that perhaps this special type will always be neutral against every single type. So you'll never be weak against any type matchup, but you'll also never be able to damage them super effectively. But there's another theory I've seen floating around that sounds a lot easier to implement because it actually already exists in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that is of course the Legend Plate. This is a special item that can only be used on Arceus, and it grants Arceus the ability to change its type based on your opponent. Still sounds kind of complicated, but basically when you use the move Judgment, the game automatically chooses what type is most effective against the Pokemon you're attacking and changes Arceus into that type before using the attack itself. For example, if used against a fire type Pokemon, it'll probably turn Arceus into a water type since it can hit super effectively and also resist any fire moves that the enemy might use. When it comes to multi-type Pokemon, it'll prioritize whatever is most super effective, so if you're fighting a bug and fire type for example, it'll turn Arceus into rock type since it's 4 times super effective. I guess it's kind of like the ability Protean or Libero, but on steroids. Since this ability has already been implemented in Pokemon Legends Arceus, it seems like the most likely way this new Rainbow Terra type could work, since they can literally just transfer the mechanic over from that game. But that's not exactly how it's shown functioning here with Baxcalibur, as it says effective, not super effective. So my theory is that this Legend Plate type mechanic I just mentioned is likely exclusive to this special terastallized form of Terrapagos. And for regular Pokemon that carry this Rainbow type, it might work more like another obscure mechanic that actually already exists in Pokemon. There are a few select situations where Pokemon or moves can essentially become typeless. Most commonly seen when using the move Struggle, which most people probably assume is a normal type move, but it's technically in a category of its own, which is why it can still hit ghost types. This mysterious 19th typing can also be seen when a single type Pokemon like Arcanine uses the move Burn Up, thus removing its fire type, and for the next turn essentially becoming typeless. So this could explain how the new Rainbow type works, basically being a truly neutral typing. I'll list all of the theories on screen once again, and you guys let me know which one you think is most likely to happen. I'm leaning most towards it being neutral against everything, at least for regular Pokemon that use it, but when it comes to Terrapagos special transformation, or any Pokemon with a unique terrestrial form, I think it'll be more like the Legend Plate. We saw with Ogerpon it has a special unique terrestrial transformation where it doesn't get a terrestrial hat, and instead we see the same symbol that appears in the teaser and the Scarlet and Violet books disc Pokemon, so perhaps Ogerpon also becomes Rainbow type while in this special form. In the previous trailer, we learned that there's the normal form and terrestrial form Terrapagos, but despite it being called terrestrial form, I don't think this is actually what it looks like when terrestrialized. It sounds complicated again, but basically I think if baby Terrapagos were to terrestrialize, it would get the crystal hat like any other Pokemon, versus if you terrestrialize while in terrestrial form, you'll get a special transformation that resembles the disc Pokemon from the Scarlet and Violet books, which is likely the form that we're seeing teased here in the trailer. Finally, the mystery has been solved. This is what Heath saw all those years ago down in Area Zero. This might just be the hidden treasure of Area Zero. I could be wrong about some of the little details, but I really think this whole animation has to be hinting at Terrapagos' true form. Though whether it's actually going to be sitting on a giant crystal ball, I'm not so sure about. This trailer also confirms the types for the two latest Paradoxes revealed. Raging Bolt, aka the past Paradox Raikou, is going to be an electric and dragon type, just like I predicted in my previous video, but Iron Crown was a little trickier and I said Steel Psychic, which is exactly what it ended up being. And that all but confirms that if we get the third legendaries, they're probably going to be Fire Dragon and Rock Psychic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe to stay tuned for any future videos, including my coverage of the Teal Mask DLC coming up September 13th, literally a month away. Oh my gosh, that feels crazy to say, but I'm so excited. I cannot wait, so I'll catch you guys then.